Now, staff at a West Midlands NHS trust have been left scared of speaking out after being told to admit they have white privilege as part of a training scheme. The hospital had handed staff a mandatory anti-racism training module as part of a trust-wide drive to clamp down on discrimination in the workplace. But workers were left scared of being labelled racist by management if they spoke up, with one staff member telling GBNews they couldn't believe some of the offensive training materials, not least which those informed trainees that if you say you don't have white privilege, then you're a racist. Now, this is the NHS we're talking about here. It's not like they're struggling to sort out the basics of the NHS, like keeping people alive. What do you make of this? I mean,
it is ridiculous. The NHS is there to treat people, treat them with respect, have a training course about treating people properly with respect, whoever they are, fine. I think if we start delving down into the sort of diversity and inclusion route when there are massive backlogs in the system, then something is wrong. And it is ridiculous to suggest that all white people suffer with white privilege and therefore must be racist. Do you know what? I think that most people in the NHS just want to go and do their job.
Yeah.
And they're going to care for people, and they're going to care for people properly, and I think that's all we really require from them. So I don't see a need for any of this training. I do think it's a massive waste of time. I think it's a massive waste of money. If there is a problem, it should be called out and it should be dealt with. You don't need a training course to understand that.
What do you make of it, Nigel?
That I think that an anti-racism training course is always a good idea in any organisation.
Oh,
and if you
stop.
If you delve down a bit into what this course actually was, what the people were being asked was to define white privilege. They weren't being asked, do you believe it exists or anything like that. It'd be like saying define a poltergeist or something. But you can ask them to define it to make sure they understand it. Why are you laughing?
Because these are people who are there to take care of people who are sick, injured, pregnant, elderly, be it what it may. Why should you have to then go and look at the causes of white privilege, the reasons behind it, when you are there to do a job?
But do you not think an anti-racism course may allow them to rub along better together?
No, I think it causes more division than it solves. I really do. Because now you've got people saying, well, hang on a minute, just because I'm white, suddenly I have to now double-check everything. And even if you delve into it even further, those from a BAME background were also quite offended by it. So it's pleasing nobody.
No, I mean,
think
there's
the
no
NHS
reason why people should not object to the managers of the trust if they don't like the material they're being given. But the principle of an anti-racism course does not seem to be, as far as I can see, doesn't seem to be a problem. And if you discuss something like white privilege, it doesn't mean you have to agree with it or say that white privilege exists, but it's not a bad idea to be able to talk about it within the workplace.
But realistically, we just want them to do their job, and I think those staff members just want to be able to get on with the job that they have chosen to do.
But it might help them. It might help them to do that job when it comes down to respecting other people. Yeah, I don't see why we're always against these kind of things on the basis that it might help. It might not. But the idea that you can actually get staff to respect each other, to respect patients, to deal with patients who might be racist towards staff, all those things seem to be all part of the caring duty of the NHS.
But people are scared to say that they are upset, don't see the point of, or anything else. They're scared to mention it because they're going to be labelled as a racist. How is that good?
You can't answer that question because I've run out of time. But I'm probably saving you again, Nigel. You can thank me later. We are running out of time. Right, a Black Country integrated care system who organises for the NHS told GBNews the ICS works with Walsall Healthcare and staff from across the Black Country to develop training modules that are representative of the communities that make up our workforce and use our services. We would encourage anyone who feels uncomfortable with any aspect of mandatory training to make us aware so we can discuss their concerns.